Sandra says, I've never had a problem with my cholesterol before, but at my most recent blood test, my doctor said that I needed to raise my HDL, parentheses, the good cholesterol. How do I do that naturally? So this is a great question. I always suggest to my clients that the total cholesterol number is really not nearly as important as the breakdown of cholesterol. HDL cholesterol is the one that we want higher, high density lipoprotein. I think the recommendation is 40. I like to see people even over 60. But again, listen to your doctor. I'm not a doctor. These are just my recommendations. And then for LDL, that's the one that we want lower, which the recommendation is generally about 100. Sometimes the recommendation is 150. I think we should be a little lower, but it's far more important to look at the HDL-LDL ratio and each of those individual numbers than it is to look at the total cholesterol. Total cholesterol, believe it or not, is not HDL plus LDL added up. It's HDL plus LDL plus triglycerides divided by 5. I have no idea why that's the formula, and I know, Sandra, you didn't ask that, but I just think it's interesting to know because most people think that it's just the sum of those two. So anyway, her question's about how to raise HDL cholesterol. There are several ways to raise it. First and most important is exercise. Exercise is great to raise your HDL cholesterol. So a combination of strength training, some cardio, some lower intensity exercise, but getting in a consistent and regular exercise routine is fantastic for your HDL. And I've seen a lot of people's HDL number at 90, 100, sometimes even higher than that when they're exercising on a consistent basis. The second one is healthy diet, which is kind of what we say for all cholesterol recommendations overall, but specifically to raise HDL, we want to focus on increasing the good healthy fats. So these are things like avocado, olives, chia seeds, flax seeds. So hey, I just gave you, Sandra, a reason to eat my product recommendation for the day, which has flax seeds and chia seeds. Fish is really great and good rich omega-3 fatty acids. Good quality oils are good to raise your HDL. Coconut in moderation, good to raise your HDL. So focusing on having these healthy fats in your diet and reducing the less healthy fats, which are like trans fats, hydrogenated oils, generally like lower quality vegetable oil that you find in most commercially prepared baked goods and things like that. Reducing those would be good for your HDL as well. Two more recommendations to increase your HDL. One is to reduce the refined carbohydrates and refined sugars in your diet. So as I'm going through these, you're starting to think, oh my gosh, these are like general recommendations to live a healthy life. And that's almost always my cholesterol message to clients. If we focus on the basics, if we focus on increasing our vegetables, that's going to lower your LDL. If we focus on reducing sugar, that's going to raise your HDL. If we focus on exercising, raise your HDL. Water, lower your LDL. All these general recommendations that I say over and over and over, these will support a healthy cholesterol level as well. But anyway, reducing refined carbohydrates and sugar in your diet, that will help you raise your HDL. So very last one is optimizing your beverage intake, because water is really supportive. Having plenty of water is supportive of good cholesterol numbers, but things like alcohol and sugary beverages are really counterindicated, so not so good for healthy cholesterol levels. So Sandra, if you focus on exercising regularly, increasing your healthy fats, decreasing your refined sugars, and drinking more water instead of all the other stuff, that should help raise your HDL to a healthy level.